Hi loves, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you all are doing amazing and staying safe and everything like that with the corona going on still. I hope that you guys are doing well. For today's video, I have a what I eat in a day. I haven't done one of these in a long time, and these are some of my favorite videos to watch from like other people, especially with people with like other like eating habits than me. I personally don't follow like a diet. Like I'm not keto. I'm not like I'm like vegetarian, vegan, anything like that. I kind of eat what I want when I want it, and like that's pretty much my diet. Everything in moderation is what I say. Like I don't like hold myself back from like cravings or anything unless it's like something like outrageous, you know. Then I'm like, okay, like relax. But I'm a real big proponent of everything in moderation. Let me just move my mic a second. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, so I don't really follow anything. I'm not low carb or anything like that. I think that as long as you eat well most of the time, exercise, then you know what else can you do, really? I don't believe in depriving yourself of anything, and you know, that's just not my lifestyle, because the more I deprive myself, the more I want it, and the more that I will just, you know, feed into like binging and everything like that, which is not what we like to do here. So if you guys like what I eat in a day, definitely let me know by giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel down below if you're not already. I upload lots of content here on my channel: beauty, fashion, lifestyle, budget, food, everything. I am so excited for today's video because I already had my breakfast. I did wake up a little bit late in this video because it is Saturday, and Saturdays are like my day off where like I don't do anything, and I slept until like 10:30, so I didn't have breakfast until like 12:30. So this is like a regular like Saturday what I eat in a day. During the week I eat pretty healthy because I'm at work, so I can only eat what I bring with me, and 9 times out of 10 it's like a salad, and like breakfast is like a bagel with some fruit, a salad for lunch, and like something easy and simple for dinner. But this is what I eat in a day, like on the weekends, even though it's not really even anything crazy either. But I'm gonna stop rambling. I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. Also needed the coffee. Hi guys, I know this is like my first time talking to you like within the video, but I woke up super late today, like I said in the intro, so coffee is necessary. I am filming 2 videos today, and like I said guys, this is so freaking good. So coffee, if you're wondering what the stuff on top is, it is cinnamon. I love adding cinnamon to my coffee. It makes it taste so good. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this kind of brunch, and yeah, I'll see you guys at lunch. So yeah guys, I did go ahead and pick up this acai bowl from a local like juice bar place, and it is so good. It has Nutella, strawberries, and the acai in the bottom, and it was so good. But moving on to lunch, I decided to try out this organic thin crust pizza, roasted vegetable. I got this from Aldi, and it is so good. It was my first time having it, but I love this Simply Nature brand because it has like really great organic healthy stuff for not super expensive. My favorite store is honestly Aldi, because they just have such great deals and such great food for such a low price, and it's great for like if you're, you know, trying to budget, or you are, you know, just like moving out on your own type of a thing. So I love Aldi so much. If you guys would like an Aldi's like favorites video, definitely let me know, because I will 150% do that for you guys. So here I'm just taking out the pizza and putting it onto a baking sheet. It did say to place it like directly on the rack or whatever, but I find that like that doesn't work out for me ever, so I just put it on a rack. And then you preheat the oven, do whatever you need to do, and now here I am checking it. It wasn't quite done yet, so I was just putting it back in. This has like eggplant on it, some roasted peppers, everything. It was so good, you guys. You guys will see how I kind of like doctor it up in a little bit, but here I'm just going ahead and cutting it. I'm having only half of this. I believe this is 2 servings. I don't really remember. I don't really go by serving size. I honestly go by how hungry I am. So I just went ahead and cut this with the pizza cutter, and I cut it into 4 slices. Yeah, I didn't eat this whole thing. No, because my mom had the other piece. So I went ahead and cut this into 4ths, and then I go ahead and add a little bit of my own flavor to it. I find that like when you buy frozen things, you definitely have to add your own flavor to it for it to be like, you know, tasty, if that makes sense. So here, as you guys can see, I'm just taking 2 slices and I'm putting them onto a gorgeous paper plate, you know. But to add a little bit of flavor, I'm going to add some pepperoncini peppers. These are so good. I literally put them on everything. They just add like a really nice spice and crunch to any meal that you're making. So I went ahead and put that on top, and then I'm also going to go ahead in a little bit, you guys will see, and grate some cheese on top. But here, as you guys can see, I'm just taking this out of the jar and placing them on top. I think like with the roasted veggies and everything, it just made this like so good. It tasted like a really good like flatbread that you would get like in a restaurant or something. But yeah, so I like to keep it pretty simple for lunch because I really, you know, don't have the time to cook lunch whenever I'm home usually. But here I'm just grating some more parm on top just to make it a little bit more cheesy, because I found that this wasn't that cheesy. But that was what I had for lunch. So moving on to a snack. I wouldn't necessarily call this a snack, but I do like to have kombucha throughout the day, and this is the golden pineapple kombucha from the I believe it's the Synergy brand. And it is so good. It's like a summer flavor, and I love to have this in the middle of the day just to you know, help with digestion. So moving on to dinner, I had a really great dinner this day. I made some flank steak with some string beans, and oh my god, guys, I wish I could have this right now. The steak was so good. I went ahead and got this steak from Trader Joe's. I love Trader Joe's steak. Like, it is so freaking good. I don't even know like what they do, but it's organic and everything. So I went ahead and set up everything that I was going to use to marinate the steak. I'm doing this actually before I made my lunch, just so that I had a lot of time to marinate. So I'm just taking some cilantro and putting it in a Ziploc baggie. I love cilantro with steak. I think it's so tasty. I actually don't like cilantro like that much, but marinating your steak with cilantro just ups the flavor level just like to no other. So I'm going ahead and taking that and putting it in a Ziploc bag to marinate, and then I'm going to go ahead and take the steak and place that in there as well, so that we can get started on our marinating. So I did go ahead and rinse my steak, just because sometimes I feel like it's a little slimy and I don't like that feeling at all, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. And then I went ahead and washed my hands just to make sure that everything was sanitary. And here you see I am poking my steak. I feel like this really helps the marinate really penetrate the steak, so I just do it a few times, just making sure to do it all over. And this makes everything just really penetrate, you know, the flavors. It's just so good. So I go ahead and poke my steak with just a regular fork, nothing too special. And then I go ahead and add my seasoning. I add this orange vinegar from Trader Joe's. It is so good. If you guys don't marinate your flank steak in like orange juice, it's just like game changing, because it just adds like this sweetness to it, and it's just so good. I'm also adding some adobo. And this just, you know, if you don't use adobo in your cooking, you are missing out, I'm telling you. So I just added some of that, and then I'm going to take some just regular old orange juice and put that in the bag as well. Like I said, this adds so much flavor to the steak. It is amazing. And then I'm just going to cut up a lime, and I'm just going to use half of that and squeeze that into the bag as well. And that is it for my marinade. I don't add salt and pepper or anything because the adobo is really, really flavorful, so I don't feel I have to add salt or pepper, but if you wanted to, you definitely could. So once that is all marinated, I go ahead and kind of just swish it around in the bag. I don't know how to describe it, but you guys can see what I'm doing. So I go ahead and do that, and then I place it in the fridge on a paper plate, just so that if anything leaks or anything, it's on the paper plate. And I just go ahead and put that in the fridge until dinner time. So I'm really excited for this, and like I said, you just want to make sure that it's flat on the paper plate so that all of the juices can get into the steak and the cilantro and everything like that. So now moving on to dinner time, I'm going ahead and making some string beans. I picked up these string beans from Trader Joe's, Aldi, I don't remember, one of those two stores. But I love making string beans in the air fryer. They are so good. So here I'm just cutting off the little stems of the string beans. I don't like those, so I like them to kind of be uniformed, but it is not perfect, guys. Some of my string beans are like really short, but I went ahead and rinsed them with some veggie wash just so that they were nice and clean. And I always wash your veggies, guys, because especially with the pandemic and everything going on, you don't know where your veggies have been. You don't know where anything has been. So I'm cutting that off and placing them in a little bowl and just making sure that all of them are even. I know this is a lot of string beans, but I do go ahead and make a lot of food at once just so that I have leftovers to take for lunch if I need it, and just to have like as a little snack too. So I go ahead and cut off the stems like I said, and once I cut off all the stems, I go ahead and add some olive oil to them. It's so easy just to make some roasted veggies in the air fryer. I am taking this garlic powder from Trader Joe's and sprinkling that on them as well. And I just go ahead and mix that up and then place it in my air fryer basket. And yes, my air fryer basket is broken. I broke it like the day after I got it. The handle fell off, and yeah. So now I just have to take it out like with my hands, which is really ratchet, but works for me. So I just put these on at like 375 for like 15 minutes, I believe, because I do like my roasted veggies a little crispy. So okay, I did it at a shorter time, so I did 7 minutes, but I definitely let it rock a little bit longer. And so here you guys can see I am taking this grill pan that's like cast iron and placing my steak on it, and just letting it cook. So it's so good. It doesn't take any time at all to cook this. This was a little bit thicker, so I could have let it cook a little bit longer, but I decided not to, just because I like my steak about like medium rare. So that's what I like. And I'm just taking off the excess cilantro because I didn't want it to burn while it was cooking. So this is just what it looks like when it's cooking. I don't move it until it lifts off from the pan so that I get the nice grill marks and everything like that. I did add a little bit of oil to the pan, which I wish I hadn't done, but you live and you learn, you know? So I'm just letting that cook. It looks so good, guys. This shot like really made my mouth water while I was editing. Like I really wanted another steak so bad, but I'm just letting that sit and rest a little bit, and then I went ahead and made some refried beans. I love refried beans with steak. I don't know why, but I also just had a lot of refried beans in a can, so I was like, let me just make that because I wasn't in the mood for potatoes. And then to my refried beans, I do add hella cheese because I feel like you just have to. That's what makes refried beans so good. And when you get them in the Mexican restaurant, that's how you get them too, and it's just so good. I usually use the Mexican blend cheese, but I didn't have any, so I just had to use the mozzarella, and it didn't melt as nicely as I liked, but it was okay. So just added some cheese to my refried beans, and then as you guys can see here, the steak was looking delicious. And I just went ahead and flipped it over just so that it could get a little bit of the grill marks, like the crisscross grill marks, I guess is what it's called. I don't know. I don't cook steak that often. But yeah, it turned out really good. I let it cook for like about 3-4 minutes on each side. And here I'm just kind of taking out any of like the excess juice as well as oil that I put in just so that it could get a little bit crispier. But here is the final dinner, guys. It was so good. I am obsessed with how it turned out. The steak was amazing. But yeah, guys, that is it for my what I eat in a day. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And my cute dog was waiting for some steak. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you in my next one very soon. Bye.